Once, it was just a small red dot in the sky. To humans, Mars represented the infinite unknown. With its harsh climate, deadly atmosphere, and unforgiving surface, it was impossible for life. But impossibility has always been humanity's greatest inspiration. Today, in the year 2222, cities are rising on Mars. Life is taking root on this distant world. But how did this incredible journey begin? Let's dive into the 200-year story of building life on Mars.
So catch me if I fall.
In the 2020s, Mars was still just a dream. SpaceX and other private companies were planning manned missions. For the first time, colonizing another planet was a serious topic. But the plans existed only on paper. People were no longer dreaming about reaching Mars. They were imagining how to live there permanently. By the 2040s, humanity set foot on Mars for the first time. Small teams built temporary habitats. There was no breathable atmosphere, and the radiation was deadly. Yet these brave pioneers made history by walking on its surface. For the first time, the biggest obstacles to Martian life were being faced head-on. In the 2060s, the first permanent living spaces were built on Mars. Inflatable habitats, underground tunnels, and shielded colonies were constructed. Water was extracted from Martian ice, and small farming modules were developed. Mars was no longer just a place for short missions. It was slowly becoming a place to live. During the 2080s, massive projects to terraform Mars began. Giant mirrors were used to heat the planet, and CO2 was released to create a greenhouse effect. These efforts made Mars gradually more habitable, but also brought new risks. The fragile Martian balance was being disturbed. At the start of the 22nd century, the first true cities rose on Mars. Built beneath the surface, protected, and equipped with self-sustaining ecosystems. Children were being born, and families were growing. Mars was no longer a scientific project. It had become a home. For the first time, the question was seriously asked: Earth or Mars? In the 2120s, a unique Martian culture began to emerge. A new style of music, art, language, and lifestyle took shape. The first generation born on Mars knew Earth only as a story. They no longer saw themselves as people from Earth, but as Martians. It was the first real moment when humanity began to grow roots on another planet. By the 2150s, generations born and raised on Mars began asserting their own identity. They resisted control from Earth-based authorities and demanded independence. The slogan, "Mars for Martians," echoed across the red soil. For the first time, humanity was trying to determine its own destiny on another world. The 2180S saw a biological transformation on Mars. Through genetic engineering, plants and microbes adapted to Mars were developed. Massive forest modules were installed to enrich the atmosphere with oxygen. Mars was becoming not just a human domain, but a home to a newly created nature as well. By the 2200s, cultural ties between Mars and Earth had weakened. The two planets had become two distinct civilizations. Earth's rules felt foreign to Martians. To a child born on Mars, Earth was now just an old myth. In the 2210S, Mars launched its own tech revolution. It developed its own energy sources, transportation systems, and artificial intelligences. Martian scientists began creating inventions that surpassed Earth's technology. Mars was no longer just a colony. It had become a full-fledged civilization. In the year 2222, Mars officially declared full independence. Cities spread across the surface, valleys bloomed, and a new culture thrived. Humanity had truly evolved from one planet to another. Martians were no longer children of Earth. They were a free people under their own stars. Footprints, farmlands, city lights on the red soil. Humanity had created a new civilization on what was once an empty planet. But would the future of Mars belong solely to humans? Or would new biological species, artificial intelligences, and conscious life forms also claim this world? Perhaps the true owners of Mars have yet to appear. If you're curious about how life took root on Mars, and what kind of civilization awaits us in the future, don't forget to subscribe to Life in 2222. Liking this video helps us a lot, and we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next episode.